Breaking Down the Law is sponsored by Battleborn Injury Lawyers.
A Los Angeles man now suing the Venetian Palazzo Hotel and Casino, claiming that a scorpion stung him on the hands and groin area when he was a guest there back in December of 2023. The lawsuit alleges emotional distress, post-traumatic stress disorder, and erectile dysfunction as a result of the scorpion's bites, and as well as some pain and suffering. Now, the lawsuit comes approximately 6 months after the Southern Nevada Health District issued complaints against 7 hotels on the Strip. This includes the Palazzo, for bed bug infestations that occurred more than 20 months prior. So whether it is the scorpions or the bed bugs, what responsibilities do hotels have to protect their guests from insects, and what rights do you as a guest have if you become affected by any of this? So here to discuss it all, we have attorney Matthew Hoffman from Battleborn Injury Lawyers with us. And this is an interesting one because this is our bread and butter here on the Strip. A lot of people come to stay. Yep. We do a lot of staycations. Do they have a legal fight here? The person who filed this lawsuit alleging that the hotel is responsible?
I think you got to differentiate, between what's a duty of the hotel and then how does it apply in this case, right? So, I mean, the hotels, it's short-term accommodations, it's short-term living quarters, essentially. So you have the same duties as, an apartment complex. It has to be safe and it has to be habitable. And habitability is things like, if the AC goes out in the middle of July, well, it's not habitable. You can't stay there.
Right.
Toxic mold, fumes, and then insect infestations. And that's why you saw the health district, and I don't know if it's any way related to the scorpion incident, but the health district, will go periodically, and if they see things like bed bugs, well, that's a problem. And the hotels need to have reasonable policies in place to eliminate the risk of insect infestations. Just like they have to have reasonable security if there's increased crime in the neighborhood to keep the guests safe.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to a scorpion,
a little different from a bed bug.
It's a little different because, the question becomes this: well, how did it get there? Is it a one-time incident in one person's hotel room, or were there 7 different incidents that we don't know about yet? Because it makes a difference. The scorpion could have got there on their luggage, on the victim's luggage. If they brought a golf bag, if they brought a pair of shoes that was sitting in the garage and a scorpion got in one of them. Another guest could have had it come with them and it somehow got into his room. There's not strict liability on the hotel, where because this happened, you're responsible. Like if you're in your hotel room and the ceiling collapses on you, you don't have to prove why the ceiling collapsed. That doesn't happen in the absence of negligence. It's called re ipsa loquitur. This thing speaks for itself. Mm-hmm. A scorpion bite? I don't think so. I mean, I did see some allegation that maybe there was construction in the area. That'd be a viable argument. We all know that, scorpions nest in the desert, and when there's increased construction, they disperse. And so if you know that that's going on, what were you doing to prevent it? But even then, pest control measures, traditional pest control, scorpions are pretty resilient to that. They have to breathe it in. They have an exoskeleton. So do I think it's possible? Yeah, but is it likely? It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
It sounds like the person may hope that some other people come forward and say, oh, the same thing happened to me, and maybe that would strengthen the case.
Yeah, that would strengthen the case.
Yeah.
Like, look, if you had a mass, incidents happening over a short period of time, then clearly something is up. The hotel's in a much better position to know that this is a risk to customers than the customers themselves, and they have to take the reasonable efforts. Just like if there's a big outbreak of crime, the hotel's in a better position to know, hey, we need more security. Same analogy goes to the bugs, but it'd be interesting to see if there's anything from the health district on this, because it does overlap with the bed bug incidents. That would be something that could strengthen their case, I guess. But if people are thinking, hey, I'm going to bring a scorpion and get bit and then sue the hotel, don't do it.
It's not worth the pain.
It's not worth the pain, especially
you're taking a big risk.
This poor guy.
I do have a quick question, though, when you're talking about scorpion bites, because they're everywhere here. Yeah. If someone comes over to your home, are you liable if they have the same situation as this guy is alleging happened to him?
Yeah, it's a good question. And it would be somewhat of the same analogy. Are you doing regular pest control? Did you know that you had a scorpion problem? As far as homeowners insurance, anybody that gets injured on your property, they could make a claim regardless of fault to you if you have a medical portion to get medical bills paid. Do I think it would be a successful lawsuit? Probably not. Probably not, unless you really had noticed, hey, there's, I just got some new palm trees from Arizona. I've had a lot of scorpion problems, and you didn't tell guests and warn them, then maybe you could face liability. But absent that, just like with the hotels, the mere fact it happened doesn't mean you're responsible.
Yeah, first thing I thought of, maybe I should stop walking outside to
Yeah,
my
you and me
backyard
both.
without without any shoes on. That's the country in me. But you know, if you're just running outside for something really quick, you don't think about the scorpions, but they're there.
They're there, and you
Yeah.
can have a terrible reaction from it and end up in the hospital and have
Right.
to have your skin cut. I mean, it can be really bad.
All right, a cautionary tale for us all. Thank you so much, as always, for breaking down the law.
You got it.
And if you have any legal questions you want Matt to answer, please email us at breakingdownthelaw@news3lv.com.